connection, cultural understanding, and real opportunity beyond what we've been taught to expect. And for many, that journey is leading them straight to Ghana. Conscious Immersion is a unique experience designed to connect people not just to the history of Ghana, but to its present and future through cultural immersion, education, community engagement, and pathways to collaboration and investment. Joining me now is Dr. Isaac Addae, founder and CEO of Conscious Immersion. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the breakdown.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be with you today to talk about this trend to Ghana.
Tell us a little bit more about it.
Sure. So everybody is really thinking about how to reconnect with the continent. We're seeing a global shift with demographics and energy, and Ghana for years has been known as the gateway to Africa. And since 2019's year of the return, it's been a hot spot, specifically for those in the African diaspora.
Tell us a little bit more about Conscious Immersion and what makes it different from a typical travel experience.
Sure. So anybody can go to Ghana on their own and have a good time. But my family's from Ghana and I've been traveling there since I was 8 years old. So we have a very unique and direct way to connect with the country. I designed Conscious Immersion to give people more than just a tourism experience, but a deeper dive into what it looks like to live in Ghana, invest in Ghana, and do business in Ghana. So we've had a range of individuals and institutions join our immersions because they're able to get a blend of cultural as well as some more specifics about what it takes to engage with the country in a more formal way.
And tell us more, like what inspired you to create this program and why was it important for you to build something so intentional?
Sure. Well, I have to give credit to my parents. They are tribal leaders in Ghana and professors in the US, and they've always taught my siblings and I about our ancestry and how even though we were born in America, we're Ghanaians. And so we've been going since we were children, started taking our friends with us after college. We're all HBCU grads. But in 2022, my sister Angela organized our first big group around her wedding. And we did a few of those trips and decided, let's give folks a deeper dive because we started seeing more people move into Ghana, having questions about doing business. And we were getting a lot of outreach since we were doing trips on all of these other specifics. So Conscious Immersion was born out of that energy, essentially.
And tell us a little bit more about what Ghana represents for Black Americans right now.
Yeah, Ghana is a beautiful country and it represents heritage. It represents a connection to ancestry and it's home. Essentially, if you think about the slave trade, most of the Black American community today hails from some part of West Africa and highly likely Ghana. And even if it's not Ghana, it's still the continent, it's still the motherland. And for many people, specifically in the Black community, it's a great country to have your first experience with the continent. It's a very welcoming country. It's an English-speaking country. It's very safe and stable economy politically. So folks can go, they can engage. And now we're seeing a whole host of people connect there. I mean, we're seeing a Pan-Hellenic organization start chapters. I'm a charter member of the Alpha Phi Alpha chapter. The AKAs just started a chapter. MPHC just launched a chapter. So the wave is really, really picking up a lot of steam.
When someone signs up for a Conscious Immersion experience, tell us exactly what they can expect.
Yes. When you join a Conscious Immersion experience, you're going to have a very tailored and curated experience to Ghana. And one thing that we do that's unique, we take people to the Volta region, which is where our family is from, which is probably the most, I would say, Ghana's best kept secret. Not everybody gets to travel there, but when you do, you'll see some of the highest waterfalls in the country, some of the highest mountain ranges in the country, and just a lot of growth and opportunity. So Conscious Immersion gives people exposure to the Volta region. We get people connected with government leaders, with business leaders, with academic leaders. So it's a really deep, immersive experience that awakens your consciousness, hence the name Conscious Immersion.
For people who feel called to go, but still feel a bit nervous or kind of unsure, what do you want them to understand?
Yeah, Ghana seems very far away and it seems like a land that is distant. But what I tell people, it's closer than you think. We've got direct flights from the US, one. Two, it's a very welcoming place and you can actually go there and navigate on your own. It's not as hard to get to Ghana as you think. Most of the people that I've taken to Ghana, once they go and come back, they say, I wish I had gone a long time ago And they're also thankful that they had the experience because it helps dispel some of these myths that we have about the continent.
What opportunities do you see right now in Ghana for Black professionals and entrepreneurs, even families who want to build real relationships and even long-term investments?
Yeah, great question. So we're supporting all of that, right? So we've got folks who've joined us who are now doing business in Ghana. We're helping them establish a business presence there. We have people in our group who want to relocate with their families, and so they're getting engaged in real estate. The group that we took in January, we took them on a real estate tour so that they could see what some of those investment opportunities look like. We've got universities looking to establish a presence there. The thing that I tell people about Ghana, specifically under President Mahama's new agenda for the country, is that it's open for business. And Ghana has figured out that the diaspora is the key to growth and progression as a nation. So they're welcoming the country. They have a diaspora citizenship pathway. If you're an entrepreneur thinking about investing, real estate obviously is a hot opportunity there, but fintech is growing. There are opportunities to revolutionize the healthcare landscape. And then Ghana is focused on processing more agricultural goods in country. So agro-processing and manufacturing are also investment opportunities, in addition to mining. So we help people identify these opportunities and engage by giving them a first introduction to the country and then helping them see people on the ground who are from the Black American community living and thriving and showing them what's possible.
And tell us more about the impact that you have seen firsthand on people that have been a part of these immersions. You know, how has it impacted them personally, mentally, even spiritually?
Yeah, I think the spiritual transformation is one of the most profound. When people go to Ghana, they embrace this awakening of sorts. And that's why I use the phrase conscious. You're going to go to a country and see a predominant population of people that look just like you. That's the first thing that shocks people. It's like, wow, this is a place where we are, where we're in leadership and where we're driving what's happening. The spiritual connection is there. We take people to Cape Coast to visit the slave castles and to go to the last bath. And that connection hits home for people because it helps them understand that their ancestors walked these lands and were taken away to another country to build, but we're still the same people. We still have the same ancestry and DNA within us. And so Ghana is home. And when I take people there, they realize, wow, this has been kept from me my entire life. I wish I had known about this. And thankfully to my parents, we've been able to have those experiences since we were children.
And tell us about the next trip.
Sure. So our next trip is in May, and this one is focused on education. So we're going to be hosting a group of HBCU students, including students from Tennessee State University, but we'll also have K through 12 and university leaders joining us for an immersion tied to the eLearning Africa conference. So that's what we have coming up next. We're putting a lot of work into getting folks prepped for that trip. We'll do additional trips in the summer and later in the fall. And we're now starting to curate some bespoke experiences for organizations that are reaching out. So we do a little bit of both.
Fantastic. How can people connect with you and learn more about Conscious Immersion?
Sure. Visit consciousimmersion.com, or you can follow me on any social media platform, Isaac Addae, PhD. Please reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Our team does a great job of building these connections. We partner with the Onyx Group and folks on the ground in Ghana to help cement what it means to travel back home, but not just to go as a tourist, but to go and actually connect and build roots. So we'd love to help you have that experience.
Dr. Isaac Addae, founder and CEO of Conscious Immersion, thank you so much for joining us on The Breakdown.
Brittany, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.